Columbus, Ohio's own.
Drephen, please give me a bigger introduction next time. I will try.
So, Drephen, you just won the largest and most prestigious Melee tournament of all time. How do you feel right now?
I feel like it's another day and getting better at Melee. That's what I treat this as. I like the monthly series. I think these are cool.
Yeah.
Weekly people, go Kirby and look, Game and Watch.
Some people like Joe still will go Kirby at these, but
exactly. But
I think this is good for our growth.
Exactly. Yeah. So pretty good to answer your question.
That's great. We've received a lot of comments in the chat regarding your beard. People seem to really like it. Can we see more of that in the future, or is it going to be sticking around?
I think people should pay more attention to the actual gameplay rather than the player cam is what I should say. But
you said this before, actually. You've mentioned that to me.
Sorry, everybody, but
well, the people love the personality behind the sticks. The kind of person that
it's the content on the screen that actually matters, though. But no, I understand. Thank you for talking about my beard, everybody on the internet. Yeah, just thank you. I'm gonna keep it for at least a little bit. So
that's good. That's good. So there's a lot to talk about. Unfortunately you weren't able to play doubles because the Neo car wasn't able to make it, and I'm very sad that they weren't able to. I understand with the weather and everything. Hope that they can make it next month. February 29th will be the second installment. I know you'll be at that to defend your title.
Yeah.
So you weren't able to enter doubles, but singles went obviously pretty well. You made it into winners through pools. You beat some people. You had to play Zealot in winners quarters.
He's a rough guy.
I thought that was a little early for you guys to be playing.
I told him that as soon as I sat down. Yeah, I was like, he's seated kind of low. Zealot's a pretty good player. But,
he is.
But, it's all subjective anyway.
Sure. And I mean, players like Balloon Day, they've been giving you a run for your money lately at some of the locals, which we don't see too often. Normally, you kind of beat everybody.
Nope.
So it's a new era.
The punish game in 2020 is dumb hard, and they get one touch on you, and if you don't, guess right, you're dead basically, and that's how 2020 is. Balloon Day's taking me a set off of me, and Zealot's taking a set off of me as well. So. Columbus is getting better, man.
Man.
There's a lot more spacies than I thought there would be.
Okay.
But,
I'm really excited to tell you this because you probably don't know this. Do you know who won Kilroy 5?
No.
Who do you think might have won Kilroy 5?
Probably Millhouse.
It might have just been Millhouse.
Yeah.
It might have been Free Palestine beating Reeve, beating Zamu, beating Slox.
What happened?
He beat Reeve in Grands. I know he beat Zamu in Winners Finals, and he beat Slox earlier in the bracket.
You say he won Grands?
Yeah, Millie won.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's why we were so stoked that you could make this comeback, because he won probably somewhere in the beginning of Grands. And that was the story. It's like one person from Columbus goes farms Indiana, you stay and defend Ohio.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, Millhouse, I don't call him a Millhouse, that's how I just call him. But Free Palestine, it's weird because the year I made 101, the next year I made 75, and then he was 101, and then he made 72. So he's kind of going the same, the route,
He's riding your coattails, man. I mean, you guys have always made people better.
Yeah, these local Rubes days, we go at it, man. We break our hearts out there, try with every chain grab that we do on each other. But it's rough.
Is that not what has formed you into the person that's capable of making some of the comebacks that we just saw?
Oh yeah. There's no reason not to play the game to the fullest. Now friendlies are friendlies, right? You try harding in friendlies, you're doing it. You're well within your right to try hard, but if you're trying to get stuff on ledge, tactics that would work, when someone isn't putting their total focus into it, But in tournament, everything's on board. There is no things that you can't do, including wobbling everybody. So.
Okay, so that's a lot. So Johnny Game will plan this out. What I want to talk about is winners finals first. Let's start there. Okay, winners finals. Honestly, it didn't look that close, and then towards the end of the set, it only got worse.
Yeah.
And and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but R2 and I thought Drephen must be pissed right now.
I wasn't pissed.
You weren't pissed?
No, I was a little bit. Yeah,
a little pissed.
Yeah.
But didn't that give you a little bit extra fire? Didn't that make you want to win that much more?
Yeah, man. Your adrenaline kicks in when your survival instincts kick in. So, you have a loss out of the tournament, oh, well, I'm not dead yet. I'm still alive. But, if you're on your last stock, that's when the adrenaline starts pumping the most. And that's when you can, do all that cool stuff. So
you ran through losers finals. That was Zealot, right?
Yeah, Zealot.
That was against you and Zealot. We get back into Grands. and I'm trying to recall. I think was it game 1 of set 1. You were down considerably. Like, you were over 100%. He was at low percent.
173, I think, was the number I was at.
You had some crazy arms attacks on the platform. You had an insane SDI on up air to survive. It legitimately seemed like an impossible comeback.
Yeah.
And you did the same thing later on. Like, can you talk about what goes through your head in moments like that? How are you able to dig deep enough, knowing how tall of a mountain that is to climb?
Right, yeah. One of my favorite aspects of Melee, and my favorite aspect, is recovery. I love recovering. You know, it's always cool to, like, you know, see how long you can live, you know, and just how long you can survive. Because as long as you can recover, you can get one more neutral win, and that neutral win leads to a punish, you know, and that's a stock, you know. And people die at 0% constantly in Melee, you know, all the other, you know, all the tactics out there. But that's the thing, man. It's just like there's people that give up once they get hit, you know, like once they get mentally beaten.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, overcome it with willpower, which is really hard. You know, you're playing, you know, 8 minutes against a puff or something, you know, it gets mentally stamina, like, draining. But, you know, you just need that one neutral win, and that's all you need, you know. And if you need 2 neutral wins, then that's what you need to do. The important thing is to always form strategies around the situation you're in. If you're at 0%, base a strategy off of that. If you're at 103%, you know, base a strategy off of that. Whatever it takes to get the win.
What are you thinking about when you're at 170? You're like, I need to get, like, a tomahawk grab, or I need to, like, get nick damage. Like, how do you even approach that?
Well, I'm thinking I need to do something risky enough to hit him, but not risky enough to kill me at 173. And so I have to choose those moves in that situation, and that's what I have to do, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you had at least one other crazy similar comeback where you were on your last stock and he was at 2 fresh stocks on Dreamland, like later that set. And you got him to last stock, he got you to high percent, you were at like 100% again. And you did it again. It was so improbable. And it was just really, really fun to watch, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All you need is one more neutral win. Just give me one more, and I can end the match. One more.
That's
such
a good
win.
mentality. It's like,
one more. You gotta crave it, dude.
Because it's like, because if you think just take one more stock, like that seems really difficult, because that means winning several neutral interactions, hitting several punishes, hitting an edge guard, not getting hit at all. But if you break it down into the smallest part, it's like, okay, take a breath. Keep trying your best. Get a neutral win. Like, get the grab. Get a hit
do what
at
it
all.
Do what it takes to get the W, and that's what you have to do. So
it's special, man.
I guess so. I mean, that's just Melee to me. But, you know, that's that do or die stuff's really cool. That's why this game's sick.
So let's talk about Cal. Were you surprised with how prepared and how polished he seemed?
I haven't heard of him, like, going to tournaments or anything, so I kind of had that on my mind. But he's a smart kid. Like, he's just a genius kid, and he's going to be able to adapt no matter, you know, how much he's played or not, right? So he's really good at you know, real technical small things, and then using, like, big brain plays to get him in the lead, basically. I mean, he's a bit of a wild card too. Like, he kind of does crazy stuff, but he puts it all in, and that's a scary part.
Yeah, he's really exciting to watch too. And yeah, I mean, he really impressed me. Like, apparently, I saw from the chat that he goes to, like, ALs. They still have those, apparently. But, I mean, I don't imagine that he's playing against people as good as you in Cincinnati. So it's just...
Right, no, yeah, but, I mean, he took a set off of me and a game in Grand Finals. So,
yeah.
You know, Cal's no joke. He's a good player, too. 19 years old, isn't that something? Just didn't have to dedicate his life to a video game, and he's still that good.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Ohio is still so good at this game.
Ohio's a great state, yeah.
If he did anything, if Cal went to anything, he would easily be top 100.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same story for everybody, though, right? It's just about exposure, and it's just about being in the right place at the right time and getting the win, you know, in that right place.
You got to get that big win that people know you by.
You leave it on?
Yeah. Yeah, give me 1 second, alt bro. I have something that belongs to him, I think.
No, you can finish the interview first.
Or you could just hand this to him. Okay. So what are you going to?
I'm going to Genesis next week.
Okay, you'll be at Genesis.
Yeah, and that's all I have planned
That's
so
it.
far.
Are you gonna go to that Midway Melee thing? That's looking to be pretty big.
I might go to that. Yeah. I think I talked to Corey a little bit about that. And,
Yeah.
and there's a Pittsburgh one the week after I glanced.
I want to go to that too.
So yeah, those are some good up and comers. It's always melee rich in winter, but there's always like weather and dumb stuff like that. So yeah, it's always a conflict.
Actually, I feel like there haven't been a ton of events for like a few months, but yeah, things are picking back up, and that's exciting.
Yep.
Will we see you at the second iteration of the Grail next month on the 29th?
Sure. Yeah, I love Game Arena. This place is sick.
This place is
Isn't it
great.
really cool? Yeah, man. It's like it's like arcades, but in today, present day.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same
updated.
feel. And I like arcades, local game shops. They have cool logos and cool merchandise, and every time I go to the bathroom, they always have some really good song on there.
They actually do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, man, I'm enjoying peeing right now. It's I don't know. It was a very
You get way
enjoyable
more than you
experience.
ask for. You come in and you expect XYZ, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, for anybody in the chat in Ohio that's watching, Game Arena is actually opening their second location within the next couple months.
That's cool.
Right on OSU's campus in the Gateway.
What?
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be sick, and
can't
I imagine we'll have. I
Esports is
imagine
the
we
future, everybody.
imagine melee events, but you don't. And it's at a Game Arena.
Yeah.
But you don't have to drive 20 minutes to go there.
Right. No. I
Right?
mean, it sans 3 hours. For some people.
Yeah.
Out there, or 2 hours, wherever.
Yeah, but
Wherever
we're
you are.
we're really excited about that. I think that's going to add a lot to the just to the state. Man, I'm enjoying peeing Drephen 2020. It's pretty great.
Yeah. They'll
Pretty
clip that
grateful.
and make it into a remix.
I hope they
and
do,
my
man.
life is over after that.
I-
Just kidding.
I don't know, man. I think this is the beginning of something great for you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just won this tournament. Who's to say that you can't win the very next tournament that you enter?
Okay. Well, Genesis is the next tournament, so I hope.
That's right. That's right.
No, I usually get whooped every single time I go to Genesis. They whoop me pretty hard.
And this is going to be different.
I don't know. You never know, man. You have to. It's in the moment. You can't like prepare too much in the future for it. Like mentally.
You just
Like,
got to get there.
because there's anything can happen when you get there. So
You get there, you plug in, you sit down, and you just got to get that one neutral win. Right?
That's right. This is Drephen and Justin Zetts signing off.
Hey.
Is that good?
I think that's good. Do you have anything else you'd like to
No,
share?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, congratulations. Very happy for
thank
you.
Hey, everyone out there in the Ohio area, come to the Grail. It's a sick tournament. So that's all I have to say.
It's a sick tournament indeed.